Another day, another shave. Alright, today we're going to be having a Taylor of Old Bond Street German Street collection. I love the scent on this one. It's been a while since I've used this. I usually use the grapefruit also along with this one. If you can see how much I've already used in it. Not very much. For these tobs, it doesn't take a whole lot to get a good amount of lather going. I've been soaking this really nice Colonel Conk Badger brush. We're going to use the Timeless today. Let me go ahead and squeeze out this brush real quick. I'll show you exactly how much I use in this tub. Just about that much. That's all you need. That might even be overkill for tobs. It doesn't take a lot. And then I just kind of spread it along in the inside real quick. Rinse off my hand here. Should be using my little spoon thing. A while back, I don't know how far back, there was a craze for using mustard spoons to scoop your soaps. And then I think somebody else came out with an actual soap scooper with cool different handles and stuff. I'll get this lathered up today real nice. And we'll get it going. I haven't put on a pre-shave yet. I'm thinking I'm probably going to go with a 3P. I don't know if anybody's tried 3P products out of Italy yet. They are not the same as Parasso. So if you do not enjoy the Parasso line of shave soaps and pre-shaves, but you want to try something else from Italy, I would give 3P a try. A little bit more water in there. Here's what we've got so far going. Oh man, I don't know if anybody else has tried this one, but it really smells good. It's more of a cologne scent. I'm gonna pair it today with Epsilon. So this is a cooling aftershave. It's called Blue Mediterranean. I had bought one of those bulb things that you squeeze with the hose so you can kind of spray it around on your neck. But it wasn't going through the aftershave enough. It was just using a tiny little bit every time I sprayed and misted it. And it wasn't heavy enough to get that cooling effect on the face. Alright, so we'll go with some 3P. I'm going to wet the face real quick. Well, how's everybody's weekend going? Hopefully well. Has anybody caught any cool movies or gone out and done anything interesting? Anything fun over the weekend? Or just stayed at home to stay cool out of the hot summer heat? Okay, got the 3P on. I'll rinse my hands here. So it's all lathered up. With straight razors that don't have jimps, I like to use a little bit of alum on my fingers so that it doesn't get slippery. So I like to have a good tight grip on my razor. Today's razor is going to be an 1800s Joseph Smith and Son Celebrated. When I restored this one, it came in pretty rusty. pretty nasty. You can see right there, there's still kind of a little line from where it was sitting like that, and the rust built up right here. I couldn't get that little line out, but turned out to be really nice. Original scales, I believe. So Joseph Smith and Son. Let's get some of this lather going. Gonna need a little bit more water, it looks like. And I misjudged the amount of soap because it's so dry. Let's just take some out of the tub here. Now that should do it. This is a really good shaver, this razor. I put Shapton Pro 1K all the way up to 12. And then I finished it on a vintage Laloon, back when I had my Laloon from Griffith razors, Griffith shaving. I ended up selling it. It was a smaller stone. I just wasn't experienced back then as I am now with honing on smaller stones that are skinny. And I didn't like it because I couldn't keep a slurry built up on it. It kept on just kind of disappearing or falling off the side. So I ended up selling it. I think I'll get another Laloon one of these days because it was a good edge. The vintage ones, I don't know about the newer Laloon stones or not. Let's clear the runways here and clean up a little bit around the neck. Okay, let this blade down real quick. Let's see if the edge is still good. I stropped it pretty good yesterday. Oh boy. This is nice and smooth, and it is having no problems. Ooh, that's a close shave. Now I'm starting to remember how much I enjoyed this. If you haven't shaved with a vintage Joseph Smith Celebrated, I would recommend trying to find a good one, either with a good edge already or put your favorite edge from your favorite stone on it. Whatever metal they used, and the angle of the bevel for this one and the thickness of the blade, it's just all really perfect. I think the way I describe a Laloon is similar to a lot of slates. That would be the edge feel. So, if you've honed on a lot of slates, and shaved with a lot of slates, then you know what I'm talking about. Cobbs has good enough residual slickness. I wouldn't say it's the best, but when you hydrate it enough, it comes out pretty slick. Alright, let's get some more water in this brush and build up this lather some more. So I don't know about you guys, but one thing that's been driving me nuts, anybody who watches TV every once in a while, are these stupid pharmacy commercials for pills. I get a good laugh out of them, and then after a while they just get kind of annoying. I mean, who was the sales guy who came up with the idea of, I know, we'll just go ahead and destroy and ruin every 80s song or any song that was good back in the day, put it to our pharmacy pills that we're trying to sell, our prescription medication that we're trying to sell, and then have them dance around and sing. When I take my medication, I don't know about you, but I'm not flapping my arms around and singing all happy and stuff after I take my pills. I think maybe they just decided that it would be a great way to hide all the horrible side effects that come along with their medication. That's new that they're trying to sell. I mean, because if you're paying attention to the music and the people flapping around, dancing to the music and singing and stuff, you're not going to pay attention to the fact that it has a huge list of nasty side effects that might not even be worth taking the medication. Or find something that's been around longer that doesn't have side effects like that. The way it's going now, there's just so many freaking commercials for pills and stuff. It reminds me when I was a kid, all the alcohol and hard alcohol and cigarette commercials. And cigarette commercials especially. It's just nuts. I wish that either this current administration or one of the other administrations would talk to Congress and make it to where these pharmaceutical companies can't advertise their medication on TV. I don't even really remember the first time that they started advertising medications on TV, to be honest with you. I wonder if there had been a law that kept them from doing that and it lapsed, or they just decided, well, we're just still not making enough money hand over fist, we need to get richer, so let's do commercials so that people can go annoy their doctors with questions about medication that's new that might not be safe. Oh, what am I doing here? Let's pull some soap out of here. Third pass. We're gonna find any spots that I might have missed while I'm jabbering. Okay, down here, a little bit right there, a little bit right there. The usual suspects. So we'll just go a little against the grain and pick up the rest of this stuff I missed. Yeah, it's just so strange. I mean, all these weird dancing, singing pharmacy commercials. Anybody who's outside the United States watching this, I don't know if you have the same deal in your country where the pharmaceutical companies advertise their medications, or maybe not. Maybe they have laws which are on the books to keep them from trying to saturate their product all over. And some of these new medications are just scary to listen to the side effects for. And one of the ones I always laugh the hardest about is they'll say, like, real quick, do not take if you're allergic to this medication. I mean, if you're just starting it, how the hell do you know if you're allergic to it? I know they have to say and cover their bases, but it's like, what the hell? Well, it was a really good shave. You get some nice ice cold water going. I do really enjoy that scent of the Jeremiah Street, or German Street, however you pronounce that. Taubes. That is a nice, fresh kind of cologne-y scent. If you're just starting out, if you like citrusy kind of shade scents, and you want a good, decent shave soap that's affordable, that'll last a long time, try Taubes out. It doesn't take a whole lot to lather up. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Epsilon. Look at how huge this bottle is. I think it's gonna take me half of my life to go through this. I don't bother going light, I just pour it on thick. At one point I was trying all the different blue aftershaves. I don't know if anybody's done that before. I was trying to compare which one was the best. You know, Aqua Velva, Aqua Velva Sport, Mediterranean, Blue Mediterranean. What is the other one? Floyd. Was it Floyd? There was another one that had a blue scent. There was a couple that I missed. The one that Alex has, the blue one. And all of them, surprisingly enough, when I first started out, I didn't know, didn't have the same scent. You know, some were cologne-y and some were not cologne-ish. I couldn't compare Aqua Velvet to Blue Mediterranean. They're definitely a different scent. All right. Ooh. It's got a cooling agent in it. It's not like a heavy menthol, but it's like a nice low cooling. So we had a shave with German Street Collection, Taylor of Old Bond Street. And then our aftershave is Epsilon Blue Mediterranean. We use the Timeless lather bolt and a Badger Colonel Conch. I think I got this one on Amazon for pretty cheap. I like it because it's got a longer handle and then it has this rubber here. So when you're bouncing back and forth on the lather bowl, it's not scuffing up the area, it's just kind of bouncing off and it's not hurting anything on there. All right, so here's the star of the show that I restored a while back. Very nice, Joseph Smith and Son, celebrated. I think it's probably in between like a 5/8 and a 6/8 because it's a little bit wider up here and then it goes a little thinner to the back. But it has a nice wedge style head, kind of. Okay, well, that was the shave. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.